Good morning, friends. Tomorrow is Good Friday, and Easter is just around the corner. And this week we've been focusing upon the theme of forgiveness. On the cross, Jesus' first word was, "Father, forgive them, for they know not what they do." Corrie Ten Boom, about whom a movie was made based upon her book, Hiding Place, tells this story at the close of her book. You may remember the story. Her family hid Jewish people in their home in order to help them to avoid the Holocaust of the Nazis. They lived in Haarlem, Holland. And during the course of the war, their hiding of Jewish people was discovered. And both Corrie and her younger sister, Betsy, and her father were all sent to prison. She describes in the book the time when the prison guard watching them at the Ravensbrück prison just oogled them as they were forced to strip and to enter the shower. Her sister, Betsy, died in that prison camp. After the war, Corrie Ten Boom began a speaking tour through Europe, focusing upon the theme of forgiveness, that it was critical, she said, for persons to reach out to those who had done wrong and to forgive them for their misdeeds. She had spoken on the theme of forgiveness in a church in Germany, when at the close of the service, as she was greeting people, she saw coming toward her the very prison guard who had been so cruel to them and had watched them as they had had to strip in the Ravensbrück prison. His face was beaming, he was smiling, and he had his hand outstretched, and he said, "Oh, Fräulein, to think it is, as you say, that God indeed does forgive us." She said, "I reached to try to lift my hand to take his, and I found I did not have the strength." And she said to the Lord, she said, "Lord, I have preached on forgiveness, and I myself cannot forgive." She said, I tried a second time to raise my hand, to take his hand, and to say to him, "Ah, indeed, God forgives us." And she said, "I found I had no strength." So I prayed. I said, "Lord, give me strength to take this man's hand and forgive him." And she said, "Suddenly I found along my arm and coursing through my hand a strength and a power. And I took his hand and I looked into his eyes and I said to him, 'Indeed, God forgives us.'" That's the power that God gives us to forgive other people. And this Easter week, that power is available to you to forgive anyone who has done wrong in your life. I want to give you a cordial welcome to visit us at Central Assembly this weekend. Tomorrow, Good Friday, we have a service at noon, and then a different service at Good Friday evening at 7 o'clock. And then on Easter Sunday morning, our service is at 10:30, and Easter Sunday night at 6 o'clock with special guest Jennifer Rothschild. We would love for you to be our guest at Central Assembly this wonderful weekend of Good Friday and Easter.